Sharif Cooper hasn't done that I can say he should do to say he's done it all.
He won that championship. That was it.
Everything. He's done everything. He's scored a lot of assists.
The only thing that can cap off his career is becoming Mr. Basketball.
So why is it that when I watch Wild Odom, did I feel like he's the best player? Every time I watch Wild Odom play, I feel like I'm seeing something special. Like I'm seeing something that I'm not gonna maybe not see again. I said that for a long time. BJ Boston was my favorite high school player in Georgia. I don't get that feeling that I'm seeing something I'll never see again. Yo, it's the Love the Game podcast. I normally would say we in the building, we here, we're back, but you just like y'all stuck with me. This is terrible. I ain't even got a haircut and you stuck with me. Yo, hey, why y'all in my neck, man? Okay, I'm not talking about that. Lock on it is Cupcake on the phone with a bit. That might be true. That might be true. I can't confirm or deny Lock's activity. That might be true. This one is more likely than anything else. Lock practices in the Kappa Shimmy. I got a shout out to B Will, man. Brother graduated from Morehouse this weekend. Added another Morehouse man to the family. Congrats to B Will and the whole crew, man, for sure. Y'all stuck with me, man. Let's go ahead and get to it. Let's get active, man. Let's vibe out. I know y'all want to talk about this Kwame Brown shit, right? Like, have y'all seen the videos, the Kwame Brown videos? Have y'all seen the discussion? Have y'all witnessed this? Have y'all heard any of this yet? Should I play this shit? Do I got this clipped up? So if y'all don't know what's been going on, there was a episode of All the Smoke. Kwame Brown for president. That's a fact. There was an episode of All the Smoke, and the episode was with Gilbert Arenas, and they made a little jokey joke mentioning Kwame Brown name like he was a nobody in the league, and then Kwame Brown got active. Like bro immediately got active. I didn't realize. I thought this shit came out of nowhere. This is like a rollout for Kwame's YouTube channel or some shit, I think. I didn't realize that Kwame Brown had a YouTube channel, and he's had one for like months. So he's had a YouTube channel before this. But Kwame got active and let everybody know that he was on YouTube real quick. Becky called Matt Barnes Becky with the good hair, bro. That shit was hilarious. He was on bro neck, like he was on bro neck for real. That shit was hilarious. What he did bring up out of all the jokes though, right? Like it was jokes. It got serious. He let a lot of people know that like you can't play with me. You can't talk to me like that. At the end of the day, y'all know I'll whoop all y'all ass. Like. When it really boiled down to it, the way, like, here's how you know. If you're not from the South, when somebody starts calling you boy, like, it's different. It's a different undertone, bro. Like it's like if you in California, you call somebody a weirdo, you call somebody weird. Like, that's a trigger word. Like, that's a fight word. Like, every region has, like, they thing where it's like a trigger. Hey, when Kwame Brown started telling Matt Barnes and Stafford, hey, man, stop playing with me, boy. Like, when he started talking to him like that, that already kind of let me know what it was. And immediately after he started talking like that, everybody went into the back pedal, like, quickly. Like, everybody had a PhD in peace after he really got active. Like, it wasn't all that kid and all that. Like, he wasn't no joke because they asked Gilbert Arenas like, yo, Kwame Brown, a knockout artist. Like, I don't want none of that. I don't want no problems. No disrespect. But out of all of that, all the jokes and everything that got traded back and forth, bro actually has some good points. Like, that's kind of more so what I want to talk about. He has some good points. Some points that I feel like at the end of the day will help the kids that we're all trying to work with and we all trying to help get to the next level. Because dude said, facts, straight from Brunswick. But bro said, I made it to the league. I can't be a bust. I made it to the league. Like, Jalen Rose always say it's only 450 jobs in the NBA. So if you are one of those 450 at any point in time, you're one of the best players in the world. Like, that's it. And that's true. It's too many people. See, and this is where I think it reflects back to kids. I know y'all saying, like, Dre, what the fuck that got to do with kids and with any how these kids are growing up? Kids only watch the superstars. They only watch the top 5% of the guys in the league. Like, kids is watching the NBA, they're only watching like 4 or 5 dudes in the league. They watching James Harden, they watching Steph, maybe watching 10 guys that they trying to mimic. To me, that is what's distorting the game, because they don't understand that most people can't play that way. Especially kids, they can't play like that. Like, you can't play in a high school game like James Harden plays. Like, don't mimic that. Like, it's 440 other dudes that you can mimic. Don't mimic those top 5 guys. Like, that's not what's going to get it done. Like, and to me, that was his point of, like, we've made all of this ring counting and that defining what your greatness is, or if you're any good or not, is how many rings did you win, or, you know, how many points per game did you score, whatever. Bro, if you made it to the league, that's a fact. At 17, he put his mom on in a house on a golf course. If you made it to the league, you're one of the 450 best players in the world. Like that. And Kwame Brown, what people don't know, 12 years in, not only did you make it to the league, you stayed in the league to the point where you get a pension. Like, anything past 7, you get a pension for the rest of your life. Like, Kwame Brown walked to the mailbox, dog. Like, he insurance for the rest of his life. He get the league pension for the rest of his life. Like, he did 12 years. That means he's a vet. That means something. Like, you can't be a scrub and do that type of time in the league. Like, I mean, think about it from a number standpoint. 450 players in the league, 60 players coming in every year in the draft. Just in the draft, not counting free agency, people in the free agent pool getting pulled in and out or whatever, 10 days here and there or whatever. But 60 guys coming in, new guys coming in the draft. He survived that for 12 years. 60 new guys, 60 new guys, 60 new guys. For 12 years, he survived that in the league. Can't take that away from him. But kids, I feel like, can learn things from watching guys other than the superstars in the league. Like, they really can. I remember telling a kid, who was I telling him to watch, bro? I was telling a kid to watch, man, I'm trying to think of my man's name. He used to play for the University of Michigan. He played for the University of Michigan when they went to the national championship game. But I was telling a kid to watch him in the league, and the kid was almost offended. Like, why are you telling me to watch him? Like, bro, he's in the league. There's shit you can learn. Like, he's in the league. He's playing. Like, there's shit you can learn, bro. Like, I just say that to say, like, these kids have to understand how to watch the game. Because you can't pattern your whole game after somebody that is a unicorn. And that's what it's boiled down to. It's like, either you're a superstar or you're nothing in the minds of a lot of people. And that's wrong. Do kids even watch games? I don't know. I think they watch highlights. But I want to make, but this is the thing. I want to make college basketball cool again. I want to be a part of the movement that helps, that gets kids back to watching games. Like, I remember watching Ty Day when he was at Arkansas and, like, going outside immediately after trying to be Ty Day. Like, I feel like we got to bring that back. There's so many kids that talk about their D1 and I'm this and I'm that, but you don't watch it. So how do you know? Like, how do you know how effective you're going to be when you don't watch it? I heard the Overtime Elite League is making their home here. I hope they do. It's so much smoke over this Overtime League that it's so many people. Like, this is my thing. I don't even like Overtime as a product, right? Like, I don't rock with Overtime. I really don't like Ball is Life just as a product because I feel like what they market is bad for the game. Like, this highlight culture, they're showing people throwing the ball off of somebody's head and then you miss the jump shot afterwards. Like, but they show that like that's a worthy highlight. They show so many misses. And to me, I think that is a false culture. It's bad. To me, it's bad for the game. I feel like when M1 was here, it had its place. It's cool. It had its place. But now I feel like they're pushing a culture that is click worthy. It makes them money, I guess, or whatnot. But I don't think it's necessarily good for the game what they do. But at the end of the day, I think the league is cool. Facts. They don't. My thing is they don't market wins. Like, you're showing these highlights, and I see kids getting highlight tapes now, and you losing. Like, you losing 30. You're losing a highlight tape come out. Like, to me, that's just bad. I think that's bad for basketball. But I'm cool with them having a league. I think a lot of people are upset about a lot of people are upset about what happens to the kids afterwards. What happens, you get this 100,000 or whatever. What happens if you don't make it? I mean, the same thing that happens to you if you go to the G League and don't make it, I guess. Like, I mean, at that point, you're a pro, man. You have to do what any other professional does. Like, save your money. Go to school. I mean, here's what I guess the false narrative that I don't like about it. I want to make sure I be more clear. Like, you go to the Overtime League and you go play. I don't even want to talk about the basketball part of it. Let's just talk about financially. They give you $100,000. You go to the Overtime League, you go play. The false narrative is it's almost like those kids can't go to college after that. And that's not true. You can't go to college on scholarship and hoop, but you can go to college. You can go to college the same way every other American that made $100,000 go to college. You're going to take out some student loans. You're going to take your ass to school. Like, sorry it didn't work out for you. But I feel like maybe some people may think that that's harsh, but like, I don't even think that that's harsh. Like, y'all hit me in the comments, man. Tell me, is that wrong? I feel like as you have an opportunity to be a professional and they decided that they wanted to pay you this salary. I think it's just business, right? Like, if you weren't worth $100,000 or more to them, then they wouldn't pay you $100,000. Like, they're paying you $100,000 because they know the return of investment is going to be $100,000 or greater. They're not going to lose money on you. So, they're saying that they'll pay the kids way in college if they don't make it. Oh, that shit. To me, it's a no-brainer. Go get the bag. Go get the bag. And here's why I'll say this. I feel like we aren't prepared for opportunities like that. I feel like today's kids are 100% prepared for an opportunity like that. These kids, I feel like, they grew up in a digital age. They understand how to go get a bag. These kids get it. Like, I feel like we're going to see so many kids that become brand ambassadors, social media influencers, like start YouTube channels. Like, they understand digital marketing and advertising way better than I think, and the value of it way better than adults do, I think. I think if they have the opportunity to build a brand and to be a pro, I think with the proper support, they're going to be able to go do it. And they're going to get to a bag. They're going to show you just how much or how little that the actual basketball is worth, because I feel like that's where we're headed, right? Like this is going to expose the fact that the real money is not on the floor. The real money is away from the game. The real money is using the game to continue. Like, it's almost like the real money is using the game or your notoriety from the game to build something else, right? It's like, this is what got your attention to me, but now I'm going to go build something else. Scooter could go sell socks and make more money than he could playing basketball. You give Scooter Henderson a product, right? And it's gonna, like, it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go crazy. And I'm not talking about the products that normal guys sell. Like, everybody thinks about a sneaker. Like, don't give him a shoe, right? Give him a brand, right? Make him the face of a lifestyle brand, and watch what happens to Scooter Henderson. Far more, well, he will far exceed, like, give Scooter a watch company, a designer luggage company, and watch what Scooter Henderson could do with a lifestyle brand. Watch him make way triple the amount of money that he ever could playing basketball. And I wonder, as like true basketball people, are we ready for that? I don't know that we're ready for that. That reality. Y'all see that a lot. Schools are hiring marketing people on their football and basketball staffs. You daggone right. Like, here's one of the sneaky big jobs in college basketball. Football too. If you understand, like, graphic design, digital art, video editing, those are some of the biggest jobs in basketball. You want to go be a Division I assistant? Man, forget how many kids that you can recruit. You want to talk about one of the easiest ways to be a college basketball assistant? How good are you? How good are you in Photoshop? How good are you in Premiere Pro? Right? There's a whole lot of coaches that feel like they could go get a kid, but can you make the graphics for the kid when you offer him? Can you help him create his commitment video? That's where the value is. You want to get into that? You want to slide your way into college basketball? You want to become a Division I coach? Hey, man, it's a loaded field competing with being able to recruit, being able to teach the game, being able to coach the game at a high level. But can you create the digital media? Because the media side, the marketing side, is where a lot of this is going. Paying attention, yeah. I like that, though. I like that they're paying kids way into school. I think that's cool. But I do feel like you're going to see these kids run it up in the same way that today's rappers, like, don't get me wrong, I love Lil Uzi, right? Like, that's one out of the young dudes. I like Uzi because I feel like he is authentically like himself, and I feel like he can rap a little bit. But don't get it confused, though. Do I think he holds a candle to Jay-Z, DMX, God rest, Nas, any of those guys that I grew up listening to? No. But the young rappers today are running it up dollar-wise, money-wise, right? Because they're able to do it independently. There's no middleman. Like, they're able just to get right to it, right? I think these kids grew up in that environment of just being able to get to it, right? Like, they're good, man. You tell these kids, okay, it's all open, it's whatever. You can do whatever you want now. Like, they're going to jump on IG Live and get to it. They're going to jump on YouTube and start streaming. They're going to get to it. Like, how much do you think people would pay to get a behind-the-scenes video documentary of KD Johnson or Scooter at Auburn? showing the off-season workouts, showing somebody going live, Bruce Pearl going crazy in practice. Like, how many people would love to understand what the behind the scenes looks like? And the whole time he's showing you this behind the scenes look, he's marketing to you the entire time. Shirts, socks, his luggage line, his, you know what I mean? This and that. Like, it's going to be, and I use Scooter as an example. I have no idea. I don't have no information. I don't have nothing. I don't know nothing. I'm using him as a local example of a kid from Georgia, right? And the bag that will be run out. Can y'all imagine if Colin Sexton could have had image and likeness when he came through, like the young bull? Do you really, like, I feel like out of all that momentum, even going pro, what the young bull movement could have been financially for his family. And I don't even know that they care. But the momentum, the pure momentum that he had in that movement, you go on IG and every kid was young bull something, right? Like, I feel like it would have been hard for them because me personally, had he been able to get that going and make that money, how do you even focus on basketball at that point? You're set for life before. Colin would have been set for life. His children, his parents would have been, and I don't think he has any kids, but would have been set for life before he even played in Summer League. Like, can you imagine a new line of XYZ or a new commercial would have dropped right after that IMG Pebblebrook game at Hoopsgiving? It would have been incredible. Imagine how much money the Fab Five would have made. Oh my God, they would have. Hey, bro, the Fab Five would have did KG numbers. Y'all remember KG and Glenn Robertson was the reason why we have all these salary cap rules and all this stuff today. They would have run up a bag. A bag. We've been, see, and it's not new. We've been teetering on this line. Guys just couldn't capitalize on it. Not the way they wanted to, right? Yeah. Set for life. Jalen Rose will still be getting a check today for what they did. Bald heads, baggy shorts. Hey, I ain't going to let y'all forget. Before the Fab Five, y'all was wearing them shorts like the kids be wearing today. Y'all was wearing them Bob Cousy shorts. I ain't going to let y'all forget that. Y'all shorts was tiny before the Fab Five. I already know. Y'all was trying to steal them. Them one pair of large or whatever. Y'all had the jerseys with the thick lining at the bottom, with the stripe at the bottom. Y'all had those thighs out. Y'all was playing with the thighs out back then. Before the Fab Five. I came right after that, by the way. I came right after that. We had long shorts. But they would have made money. Socks, black shoes, jerseys. They would have made a killing. Like, can you imagine? Okay, Colin rolls into Alabama with that young bull movement rolling, right? A new product launch right after the Hoopsgiving game with him and Trayvon Duval. You get a new product in. Guess when the next product drops? Colin is playing 3-on-5 basketball for Alabama, keeping Alabama in the game. Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Twitter is going insane. Can you imagine the next drop? He's printing money. At that point, he would have been printing money. He would have been printing money. Insane. Colin's such a hooper. I don't think it even factored for him. I don't think he cared. But had the NCAA had those image and likeness rules, he would have been printing money at that point. It would have been insane. I don't like the image and likeness stuff that we have today, though. Like, did y'all hear about the one that Georgia signed? Did anybody hear that? I want to make sure I read it because I don't want to get this wrong. I'm going to read this. I'm going to try to read this because I don't want to steer y'all wrong. When I read it, I lost my mind. I want to tell y'all what our governor Brian Kemp did. There's a specific clause in this that I want to make sure. Let's see. Luke, blah 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 blah. Donors, the name, image of likeness, bill, blah 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 will allow athletes start cashing in. Okay, the rule takes in effect July 1st. Oh, and it's not in this article. Here's what I don't like, right? The image and likeness bill that Georgia signed, the part of it that I don't like is that all of that money doesn't belong to you. You don't get to cash in. You don't. Okay, so here's my thing. Okay, I want to make sure. Please go look this up. Google this while we out here. The image and likeness rule that Governor Kemp signed allows the school to redistribute some of your money to other athletes. That's what I don't like. No. Look, if the school makes money off of my likeness, cool, right? Whatever you do in media, whatever you do on Georgia football, let's use Georgia football, your TV contract, whatever. I can make an argument that you're getting a part of that money because of me. I can make that argument, but it's still okay, fine. You the one went out and got the deal, you procure that, whatever. You made the money as a university, so fine. You sold jerseys and all that stuff, and you saying that you're only going to give me a piece, and you're going to redistribute some of that money to other athletes. Cool, but you made that. I'm talking about my bag. I'm talking about the deals that you didn't help me go get, bruh. You're not going, no, dog. You're not doing that to me. You're not doing that to me. You didn't help get that deal. You didn't help negotiate that deal. Right? You don't own my YouTube channel. You don't own my IG. You don't own my content. You don't own, the video content, this app that I developed. You don't own that. So you don't get to redistribute any of that. You're right, Dr. Love. Georgia ain't going to worry about it. Georgia ain't going to have to worry about it because Georgia's not going to have any players to worry about it. The entire basketball program has transferred, including the coaches. I should call Dollar and see if Dollar picks up. I should call him live. See if Dollar Bill picks up. I don't think that's kind of what percentage. There is a percentage that they're saying that they're going to be able to take from a player's image and likeness and redistribute it. I'm saying that horribly wrong, to other athletes at the school. So like to, women's soccer or any other place that they choose. And that's the same thing I'm saying. You know what? I'm going to say this. Even for an autograph signing, if I do an autograph signing on campus and you help facilitate it, and when I say that, you provide the facility and you don't charge me, if you handle the marketing for it and you're not going to charge me, if you're hanging up banners and all that stuff and you're not going to charge me for it, right? Or you're saying that you're going to recoup some of the profits to pay back for the work that you put in, then okay, cool, right? But if I do it off campus, if I organize it and I do it off campus, hey, bro, you're not getting in my bag. If you didn't do the work, you're not getting in my bag. What's happening? Yeah, they did. JL3 came down here and wanted to smoke. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Nobody else is going to say it. Well, nobody else is here, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Out of town teams have been coming to Georgia all year this year and kicking our ass. Ain't nobody else gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that. Nobody else is gonna say it. I don't know how we feel about it, but we've been getting our ass kicked. That's just what it. I mean, I don't know what to say. I asked this question and people kept telling me no. Right? I have been asking the question from that 2015, 2016. Then I felt like we saw it start to crest. 2017, 2018, like it was a buildup, right? And then after that, I feel like we've been slowly, talent-wise, superstar-wise, depth-wise, it's been slowly kind of tracing down from that talent level of Georgia basketball. And what gets me is everybody put all of this pressure on the class of 2021 to bring it back up. And I started asking questions. I don't know if it was COVID. It could be. Is the class of 2021 what we thought or anticipated that it would be? Right? From top to bottom. I understand. Jabari Smith, I understand. Matthew Cleveland, I totally get it. Kwesi Reeves, all of those guys deserve their credit. I'm not saying that they are not who we thought that they 100% are. I'm saying the entire class. Is it what we, from a star power standpoint, right? I'm not talking about just basketball. I'm talking about from a star power standpoint. Is that class what we anticipated it being? And will 2022 do the same? Right? Will we ever go back to 3 McDonald's All-Americans with one guy that we feel like got hosed and got robbed? What is the class? Is that the standard? Did we catch lightning in a bottle? But are we going back to that? Can we go back to that? Right now, I don't know that we are. Right? Is Bruce Thornton a McDonald's All-American? Come on, chat. Y'all tell me. I'm certainly not questioning his talent at all. I love Bruce. He can hoop. Ohio State came and stole one, if you ask me. He's a great player. But is he a McDonald's? Is he a pro? Will he get those accolades that other players have gotten, right? Right now, Scooter is holding it down for that 2022 as far as rankings and stuff are concerned. This was 100% a factor. 2021 says was a COVID year. Got to get back in shape mentally, physically, emotionally. A lot of stuff happened for Georgia. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Will, I will also say not having a live period, I feel like hurt here more than a lot of places. It really hurt. Live period here is different. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. And to not have April, Georgia does June basketball better than any place else in America. I can guarantee you that. Georgia does June. And see, I'm saying that, and there are people who aren't from here who are listening, have no idea what I'm talking about. Georgia does June live period and June basketball better than any place in America. And I feel like it is a big part of what can return us to that level of excellence and greatness. I'm looking forward to that. Huff, what up? Does having 3 live periods help in July this year? I'm going to be honest, Huff. I'm so torn and concerned about. Now, number one, I think the July live period is going to look like the Final Four. I think we are all geared up for a live period. I think there are a lot of coaches who can't wait to get to Atlanta for a lot of different reasons. I don't know that all those reasons are actually recruiting. Like, I really think, if you're asking me, I think some coaches want to come and hang out. Like, this is the place to be, right? I think it's going to be like the Final Four, which a lot of coaches didn't get a chance to really kick it and hang out like they wanted to at the Final Four. I think there's going to be a lot of networking, a lot of talking shop, a lot of watching basketball, a lot of offers. I'm not saying that won't happen. But how many guys are walking around, I haven't been able to get a consistent feel for what guys are really looking for. I'm just going to say that. I haven't been able to get a feel for consistently what guys are really looking for, right? Like I just texted a coach yesterday. He asked me some guys that he should be keeping an eye out for, right? When he comes in for July. I gave him Rideout's name, Robert Dick's name, right? Who else's name did I give him? I sent him like 4 or 5 kids. I'll look at the text. I sent them like 4 or 5 kids. Let me go to this text. Who did I send him? I sent him Rideout's name. I sent him Ant Arrington's name. Robert Dix, Braden Pierce, Isaiah Nelson. Those are some of the names that I sent him based off of our conversation, right? Didn't respond. Didn't respond. I'm talking about I tagged Twitter profiles and everything to these text messages. Did not respond. I don't know what that means, but I'm getting a lot of that from college coaches, believe it or not. I'm getting a lot of that. It's really unclear. I don't know if he's coming and looking for 2021s. How many coaches do we think still have room for 2021s? I don't know. I hear a lot of conversation about, which I think is funny, about 2021s still playing AAU. I think me personally, I think it's hilarious. And I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, I mean, to me, what I really want to know is how good live period is going to depend on the coaches. It's going to depend on the coaches. If they come and they start letting them offers fly, it's going to get lit. It's going to get lit real quick. But I am appreciative of just having coaches in the building because I'm going to be honest. I am sick of watching the basketball that I'm seeing now. I am tired of it. It is awful. That shit is horrible. Have y'all been in the gym just watching games? This shit is awful. I have been watching horrible basketball for like a month. It is awful. We are not playing defense. I'm sitting watching games. I left Bob Givens early. I went to go watch games and support some kids. I left early because I couldn't figure out what the hell anybody was trying to accomplish on offense. No semblance of nothing. It was, I make a pass, somebody holds the ball in the wing, dribble 7 times, ask for a ball screen. It's awful. And the defense was just as bad. I left early. So I believe, though, that when the coaches come back and the coaches get in the gym, we won't have to coach so hard to get kids to play because, man, they're tired of this, man. Yeah, it looks like rec league open run. The shit looks horrible. I had some kids. We had open gym last night and had some guys in, and that's exactly what the games look like. You would think it'd be different. Scoreboard referees, you think it'd be different. It's not. When coaches get in the gym, I'm hoping that the lights come on for some of these kids and they understand that, okay, now I got to play like the right way. I'm going to sprint on defense, all that kind of stuff. I don't want to go there, but it was awful. I'm tired of seeing it. I can't wait for June and July. So hopefully we can actually watch some good basketball. Please understand there will be restrictions on staffs getting out due to COVID. Man, I hope they let guys that are vaccinated just move freely, Huff. I really do. We need it. Coach, the game needs live period so bad. The game needs live period. Like, we need coaches in the gym because this shit's getting awful. So how is the block party transfer portal? is is there still. There's a lot of kids, man, in the transfer portal, man. I've got a man up kid in the portal right now that we're trying to help. I got a great kid in the portal right now. 6'10", run, jump, block shots, finish. D1 kid. I'm not saying that because I feel like he can play D1. I'm saying that because he graduated from a D1 school. So he's a grad transfer. He's in the portal right now. So I believe, though, that he's on his way out of the portal. He had a great workout last night. So shout out to my guy. Huff says it means they don't know how many spots they will have in 22 as a scholarship limit went up for this year, but we're back to normal for in 2022 with 13. That's exactly what I'm alluding to, Huff. You're 100% right. That's exactly what I'm alluding to. I know what I feel like our expectations are for live period, but then it comes down to the reality. Because so during COVID, when if you think about when COVID first hit, right? I'm talking March 2020, COVID hits, we shut down everything. There are schools, and I'm sorry, COVID lags through till August or whatever. There are schools that shut down their program, right? There are schools that shut down our program. There were kids who were thinking that their school wasn't going to have basketball even in the 2021 season. So like clockwork, of course, we saw the transfer portal blow up, right? I expected that. But this season, right, for the 2020-2021 season, I expected the portal to go down and shrink to a relatively fair number. I didn't expect to see 2,500 in the portal again, right? We made it through a season, although it was jacked up, a lot of cancellations, horrible scheduling, teams having to travel, like it was ugly. But most schools, I think, did participate this year. So I wasn't expecting to see so many kids in the portal again. So you have the scholarship limit going back to 13 for 2022. You have everybody getting an extra year. You have an influx of kids in the portal again, right? And you have kids who haven't played in front of coaches since 2019. Those factors are like, that's a hell of a hill to climb when you think about what these kids are going through. It's a heck of a hill to climb. Now, here's where I'm going to take a dig, and maybe Huff can help me out, because I assumed that sub D1, right? I mean, everybody below the D1 level, D2, NAI, JUCO, everybody below the D1 level, right? I assumed that while D1 coaches could not travel, that these AAU games will be packed out with NAI guys, JUCO guys, post-grad guys, D2s. I expected to see that, and we don't. You know who we see? The same coaches. I see the same NAIA coaches every weekend. I see the same JUCO guys every weekend. And they're the guys that we always see. The guys that we saw out recruiting in November and in December are the same guys that we're seeing in the spring. It is not wall to wall. So I have this theory that they're going to wait until Division I can come out, and then everybody's going to come out. And I don't understand that when I feel like they could have had such an advantage. Like, I look at what Huff is doing at Voorhees, I feel like Voorhees is done. Like, their class is locked. And I feel like there's some other NAI guys that are going to wait until June and July and come out when Division I is out. And I don't understand that. For the life of me, I don't understand that. I feel like there was a great opportunity for guys to recruit up, but because there weren't as many offers flying around, not as many coaches in the gym. I also feel like it gave sub D1s an opportunity to do something that they normally don't get a chance to do, and that's build a real relationship, right? And really bet on themselves to get a kid that maybe they didn't think that they could get. But I don't think we saw that. Not in the numbers that we normally would. I don't think we saw that. Here we go. So now you're talking budget. Some schools have recruiting restrictions. We always go back to the B word. But I'm speaking strictly about Georgia schools. Huff, I feel like I saw you coming from South Carolina a lot more frequently than I saw some schools that are a lot closer than where you're from. Now we get into it. Some are waiting on that transfer portal. And Huff, I believe that is the problem right there. I think they're looking at the portal, and I'm going to be honest with you, and maybe I'm taking a stab. Maybe I'm being too hard. I feel like they're doing that because you can do it from the comfort of your couch. You can try to get a portal kid from the comfort of your couch. Whereas I've seen you out a lot. I've seen True McConnell out a lot. I could name a lot of school. Andrew, I've seen a lot of guys out a lot trying to get kids, building relationships. Not seeing that from some others. And maybe they're waiting on a portal. And we'll see if that gamble pays off for them. One thing I will say, and this is something else that we don't want to talk about either. A lot of those kids are in that portal for a reason. See, we ain't going to talk about how many of those kids in the portal were asked to leave those schools. That happens a lot more than we think. We talk about the portal in a way that paints kids in a negative light, but it's not just kids making that decision. A lot of those kids were asked to leave the program. Now they're not gonna, when they tweet out that they're in the portal and are reopening their recruitment, that's not gonna be on the tweet. They're not gonna tweet, hey, after talking to coach such and such, they told me that I don't have a spot this year, or I don't have an opportunity to play, or that they're gonna pull my scholarship and I might have to be a walk-on. That's not going to be in the tweet, but that's what's happening. That's happening to a lot of kids. That's happening to a lot of kids. They're being asked to leave these programs. They're being kicked out. We don't have a scholarship for you, man. We might be able to find you some academic money. May not be, is what it is. Yeah. Hey, man, they're in the portal for a reason, bro. Like, it's tough out here, for sure. Hey, this is the thing. See, now you talk a Huff. Can't speak for them, but have to have a plan. We do at Voorhees. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. But you gotta go get it. I think Skip, I agree. They got so many choices. And it was already hard, right? And I will shoot coaches some bill. It was already hard to evaluate. Coaches were having a hard enough time evaluating as is, right? But man, those guys in the portal, you can go back and look at Synergy. You got all the numbers, you got all the data, you got all the game film you could possibly watch. You could tell a kid, in the portal for a reason, coach. To me, when you get a kid out of the portal, you better be getting a kid that you had a relationship with before and you just didn't get them. Trust what you see, man. Don't go to the scrap heap thinking you're going to find a diamond. Why somebody throw them away? Did the coach leave the program? What happened? Why did somebody throw that kid away? Somebody threw that kid away for a reason, man. He in the portal for a reason. Because think about it. These kids, it's the same thing with AAU, right? A kid decides that he's going to leave his AAU team. How many weeks does he not play to find a new team? Man, he's playing in another uniform. If he decided he was leaving his team Saturday, he's in another uniform on Sunday, coach. And you know why? Because these kids know each other. They vouch for each other. So these guys that's in a portal, it ain't like they didn't play AAU. They don't have college guys. They are guys that they work out with or open run with. Before these guys get in the portal, a lot of them, they've had communications with other guys that they play with. They should have had communications with their AAU director or their coach that they play with. Why jump in the portal when you don't already have a situation worked out? How long was KD Johnson in a portal? Come on now. These guys that have been sitting in a portal, you talking about this guy's in there been sitting in a portal for a year. At some point, we gotta, come on, it is what it is. We gotta go watch some kids. The other thing where I will give coaches some bail, I'll shoot them some bail with this. And on Huff's podcast, we had Coach Ireland from Dalton State on the podcast. It was a great show. A lot of great information. But here's one thing that Coach Ireland said that I thought was 1,000% true. Coach Ireland was like, Coach, you can't trust a high school kid. It doesn't matter how good he is. You can't trust a high school kid. You can't. They're going to transfer, Coach. No matter what. And I've heard that being said a lot of different ways from a lot of college coaches. To me, Coach Ireland said it the best. He phrased it the best. He said, look, Coach, here's what's going to happen. You get a high school kid in your program. If he doesn't play as a freshman, he's going to leave. Right? If he plays, but he's not getting touches and he's not scoring, he's going to leave. If he plays and he's getting touches and he's scoring and he's playing good, he's going to leave and transfer up. He was like, you cannot win today with a high school kid because no matter what, they're leaving. Good, bad, or indifferent, they're leaving. And I sat back and I thought about it. And I said, well, shit, Coach. We're seeing that in AAU. The sense of entitlement with some of these kids and with some of the adults that are around these kids is so heavy that no matter what happens, they're leaving. It's always, they're not thinking about their path. Today's player is always comparing themselves with another player's path. And almost nothing is ever good enough for a lot of these guys. So I think there's some hesitancy now with college coaches to even bring in and believe in high school guys. It's almost like, yeah, I'd rather take my chance with a transfer that I don't know. I'd rather go the JUCO route, find me a JUCO kid. He only got 2 years. He ain't going nowhere. He got 2 years. If he transfer, if he leave, he going to have to sit out one. Where he going? He locked in. After that, I'll go get me a international player. He's going to love it here. He's going to be thankful for the opportunity. Or I'll go get me a post-grad kid. He's going to be happy to be here. Happier than a high school kid because he didn't have nothing coming out. So he had to do an extra year. He had to work. He had to go get it. to me, that I'm starting to understand why that's the pecking order. Like, I get it. I understand why they do that. Kids ain't locked in, man. I like what the Dalton State coach said. You can't bring me your fourth best player on your high school team. That is 100% facts. That is 100% facts. I will say this too. There are a lot of high school coaches. There are a lot of AAU coaches that think that their best player is supposed to be D1. Their second and third, fourth options maybe are supposed to be D2. Their fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth guy is supposed to be NAIA, and then the guy that ain't even playing is supposed to be Division III. That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. For most high school teams, your best player won't even get in the game in an NAIA game. He ain't good enough. He ain't good enough. I say I watch a lot of these high school teams play. Most of y'all best play, 90% of the high school teams, your best player, he's not even good enough to participate in the game. Coming off the bench, however you want it, he's not good enough. And if you don't believe me, call Huff, ask him, can you bring your team or a couple of your guys up to participate in one of his practices and let your kids run? Call Dalton State, go up the road to Dalton. Now, Huff and Coach Ireland, here's the thing. They practice too damn early in the morning. Now, you want to catch Coach Ireland, shit, you got to be there at 5. He might push it back for you and practice at 6, but you got to be there at 5. Huff start practice at 6, but that's the invitation, right? That's the invitation. Go up there and see what it is, right? Make that phone call to life. Go catch Coach Easley and see what happens to your kids, these kids that you think are your fourth and fifth best player and you think they're NAIA level. Go take them up to Life University. Go catch Coach Easley at practice and watch what happens to your kids. Right? I just sent, and another topic. I'm going to get there. Give me a second because I want to talk about these workouts too. Kids got to understand what they're walking into with some of these workouts and how much that they need to go. Heck yeah, 24, 25-year-old men in NAIA, they grown. That's a fact. A lot of D1 kids, there are D1 transfers at life. There are D1 transfers at most NAIA schools, though. That's what people don't get. There are D1 transfers at most NAIA schools or guys that have developed since they've been in college that are D1 level players. Like, go to Huff's gym and play Stat Levine. You don't have a high school kid that's as good as Stat Levine. You don't. He's going to eat your kid alive. Stat is going to eat that kid alive. They play one-on-one. If Stat gets the ball first, it's over. 7-0. Like, and I'm not gassing. I'm being honest. Y'all should go watch the games. It's good basketball. All are welcome to come watch and work out Saturdays. Saturdays aren't so early. Hey, Huff, I got some guys I want to bring. We got a wake-up call. I got a wake-up call for some guys. I got some guys I want to bring. I think with COVID-19, the atmosphere has changed where there's less money to give away. So kids will need to learn to stay. That's true too. True. I'm going to say this. I think what happens with kids sometimes is this basketball becomes too much of a job. And kids forget that the experience of playing college basketball is still supposed to be fun. So you forget that you're in college sometimes. Like, choose a school, right? I'm not saying don't pay attention to the coach, because the coach is important. That staff is important, because you're going to spend probably more time around that staff and around your teammates than you spend with anybody else. So it is extremely important to like the staff, to like your coach, to be able to get along with your teammates. It's important. But don't forget about choosing a school that is in a region of this country that you're going to enjoy being in. If you hate cold weather, man, you might not want to go to school in Iowa. Like, you're going to hate it there. Right? Like, if you come from a city, you might not want to pick a school. Like, as great as University of Alabama is, Tuscaloosa might not be the place for you. Right? Alcorn might not be the place for you if you're a big city kid. You may want to go to a smaller division school that's in an area that you're going to like. Because at the end of the day, man, you're supposed to have fun, bro. College is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be the time of your life, man. Like, I get it. Everybody's so focused. Go to school and I got to go to the league. And, man, that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself, dog. It's a lot of pressure. Why not just go to school, try to be the best player that you could possibly be, get a free education, and have an amazing time. Have an amazing time. Don't forget, man. Don't forget to enjoy this, man. I tell players all the time, don't forget to enjoy this, bro. Like, I got a kid. We're playing this weekend. I got a kid. He's asking me, should he skip his graduation or skip his graduation party to come play in an AAU tournament this weekend? I told him, hell no. Bro, you only get one time to do this, bro. You only get one, man. Go graduate. Go be with your family, bro. That's important. It's important, bro. Like this, like we got to put basketball in its proper context and perspective. And none of these kids love basketball more than me. But we do have to put it in its proper place, right? Like, that's why I like what you all do at Man Up. Dre, y'all take y'all kids to college practice. Yeah, man. Had that wake-up call to know he's a good player. For sure. For sure. And this is what we do with Man Up that I like so much. And Dr. Love, I get every single time I took kids on campus to Kennesaw State. We went to Daytona State. We went to Bethune-Cookman. We've gone to Georgia State. We've gone to countless other schools. Every time that I take a kid on a college campus, you know what happens? Right? I took kids to North Georgia, right? We went to University of North Georgia. Nobody in my organization wanted to play Division II basketball. Nobody. I don't want to go. North Georgia, coach, man. All the way on the way there. Once we got there, do you realize how many kids was ready to commit to North Georgia? They'd never been. They didn't see the facility. They didn't give it a chance. They didn't watch how good the players were. They didn't see the cheerleaders. They didn't like once they saw the environment, they looked around, and on the way home, coach, I could see myself going there. I could see myself going there. They gym. I had kids telling me they gym better than that other D1 gym you took us to. They didn't realize that some Division IIs or NAIs, even whatever, like that don't determine how much money the school got. They don't determine, how they treat you or how much gear you're gonna get. Like, need the visual to put it into context for sure. I had one of my best players when we went to Daytona State. I had one of my best players, eyes lit up, big as saucers. He fell in love with their coaching staff, still talks about it to this day. From a presentation of what they do defensively on a whiteboard. Fell in love. Fell in love. Yo, they wilding in the comments. Yo. Whoa. Okay. Moving on. From a whiteboard presentation, fell in love with Daytona State. This is JUCO. Coach, this is the type of basketball I won't be a part of. This type of basketball I won't be a part of. This real basketball right here, coach. That's what he told me. Fell in love with a JUCO school. Till you get them on campus, till you take a visit, till you let them go through a workout. Man, you never know. Never know what a kid gonna like. But they don't give them a chance. You gotta give these schools a chance. The other thing that I'll say is this, and this is what is happening right now, and kids are sleeping on this. A lot of these schools are having workouts. A lot of JUCOs, a lot of NAIAs are having workouts and like open tryouts. You have to go, bro. Bro, you have to go. You have to go to these workouts. That's a fact, bro. Technical foul. That's a flagrant. He's got to be ejected. Like, you got to go to these workouts, bro, because not only I'll give you an example. To me, kids are skipping these workouts because they feel like this school isn't recruiting me. Like, I got to come and try out. Like, they don't understand the opportunity that's in front of them, right? But I'm going to tell, for anybody listening, I'm telling a story about how I relate this, right? I work at IT, and when it comes to technology, it changes so fast. It's hard to stay up to date, right? Sometimes what you have to do is you latch onto a new technology, right? But you can take how many ever classes you want. You can go get whatever certification that you want. When you walk in on that interview, you still don't know that you're prepared for the interview because you don't know real life application, what companies are really looking for. Forget what they put on that job description, bro. When you walk into that interview, it's totally different, right? So here's what I used to do. I used to apply for jobs in that field all across the country, right? And Yolanda's in here. She can vouch. She knows I did this. This is not cap. I really did this. I applied for jobs all across the country in that field or for that job that I wanted, right? Just to get an interview. No, I had no interest in moving to California, no interest in moving to Idaho and all these places where I applied for jobs. But I need the interview because I needed to know what questions they were going to ask. Everybody in the industry is going to ask the same questions, right? So I prepared myself using failure for the job that I actually really wanted. I would go and I would perform horribly at these interviews. I would write down the questions so that I really knew how to prepare, right? I feel like kids, every school that has an elite camp, get experience from the interview for sure. Every school that has an elite camp, that's your job interview, bro. And you may not necessarily want to go to that school, but it's going to prepare you to walk in at the elite camp or the tryout for the school that you really, really do want. I had a kid just told me, went to a workout. He said, man, coach, they were on me. They was on my head, coach. Man, he was on my head, bro. They drilled me for like an hour, bro. And then we had to play open run like I was dead. It took him off guard. Right? But what he doesn't understand is that experience can prepare you for the next experience. That was just the interview. Okay, you bombed that interview, cool. Boom. Let's go. Next workout, now you know. I'm getting extra sleep. I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna run every day. I'm gonna run 3 miles, 4 miles every day. I'm gonna get my endurance. I'm gonna get my, and then the next one, I'm gonna go kill. Right? But there are too many kids that are kind of turning their nose up or only going to certain workouts or certain ones, man. It's like, bro, what you also don't understand is if you go and you perform well in front of Huff, you don't know who Huff is going to call. Huff may not want you. You may not want him, but you don't know who he's going to call about you. You don't know who Rico Dawson's going to call about you. You don't know who Corey Baldwin is going to call about you. You got to go to all of them. You got to go to all of them, bro. Send y'all kids to these workouts. It is so important. These coaches, man, the coaching fraternity is a small circle, man. They all know each other. They compete against each other. They share notes, man. You got to go to every workout that you could possibly go to. Like, for real, for real. Dang, we're over an hour. Let's get to the raffle. If for you guys that don't know, there was a Man Up raffle for a PlayStation 5. I think I announced it on the show. Should I give anybody? Does anybody need a last second to register for this raffle? $25 can get you a PlayStation 5, a complete gift box. You get the console, controller, I think 2 games. For the bundle, $25 gets you a chance to win. We're going to pick the winner here in just a second live on the show. If anybody jumps in the chat and tells me they want a chance to put $25 in the hat, here's a picture of the bundle. Just so y'all know, Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War, Spider-Man, the console, the games. That's not a picture that we snagged off the internet. That's the real deal package that we have right here. So if you want a chance, look, it's mine's already. Don't worry. $25 if y'all need a chance to get in, man. If anybody jumps in and tells me they need a chance to get in, I'll put the scan code up. I think you can use this right here. Use your phone, get this scan code up. But if you're using the scan code, you better tell me because I'm about to draw the number. So you better tell me. This is an $800 bundle, PS5, 2 games. Oh, it's 2 controllers. I didn't realize that. So you get everything. We're going to do the drawing right here live. All right. Nobody in the chat telling me that they enter in the drawing right now. So we're just going to go ahead and get it done. Y'all better put something in here. Y'all better say hold up or something. Because we're going to do this drawing live. All right. Here we go. The winning number will be 8,002. Ticket 8,002. I'm going to get a text message with the name for ticket 8,002. Our team mom is in here. You can go ahead and text me the name of the winner for ticket 8,002 for the PlayStation 5 bundle. I appreciate everybody. Melanie Nelson, you have won a PlayStation. I happen to know I can just text Mel and let her know she won. I don't know if she's on. Isaiah's going to be really excited about that. Look at Vicky. Don't do it. I appreciate everybody for supporting. As always, everything goes towards a great cause. of us trying to help kids, man. Y'all know how it is. Running AAU, being a part of this thing, man, is not easy. It's a grind, and we there are kids who have struggles, who have difficulties, who have things going on at home, and you never want that to be the reason why a kid can't participate or can't play. So this money definitely does help. I know some people feel like, Dre, it helps Dre recruit. Nah, because I don't do the whole shoot team thing. You can come play for me for free. I never pitch that to anybody. Oh, we're going to go do a raffle and make the money for you to play for us for free. No, I never tell anybody that. Our fees are what they are, but, real life happens for people. So we try to help people who need help, especially for these kids. So that's how we handle it. This is one of the ways that we do it. The other way is Coach Dre swipes his card. So, but I definitely appreciate you guys. We'll let Melanie know that she won. Yeah. When you coming in town, Vicky? We got to get you at one of the games. Can't wait to see y'all. We need y'all to move here so I can get the main into coaching. Lakers won last night. Wizards are eliminated. Anybody got any updated playoff picks? I think New York is playing right now. How's New York doing? I haven't seen the score. Somebody tell me. New York getting it done? Let's see. I'll read off the score for some games real quick, and then we'll get out of here. I'll shut it down. I'm sure y'all tired of me by now. Oh, wait. I thought the Wizards were eliminated. They're playing right now. And they are smacking the Pacers 76-57. They getting them out of here. I think LeBron getting another one. I always think that. Oh, we gave a prize to who sold the most tickets. DeJuan sold the most tickets. He gets a $20 GameStop gift card. Awesome. Hey, that's our show. We're gonna go ahead and end it here. Love you guys. I appreciate you guys. As always, for the show of support, for the love. Do me a favor, if you're still here, make sure you subscribe to the Love of the Game podcast on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. It helps out a whole lot. Go through, like a few episodes of Love of the Game or Voorhees Tiger Vision. Drop us some likes, man. It really helps a lot. Helps us get the podcast to more people. It's Runts. Thank you. It's not Zaza's Runts. I think he's gonna get it done. But yeah, like, subscribe, share, click the button, man. It's free. It's the easiest way that you can support what we do is jump in and like the episode, man. Jump in, subscribe, like the episode, turn your notifications on. We got another podcast launching, man. I'm so proud. Big Dave, my guy for Hoops Hidden Gems, is I always love to see you bring I want to say this. I don't plan on talking about this. Doing the Love of the Game Network, building other podcasts was probably one of the most rewarding things I've done since I've started doing this, right? Because Love of the Game wasn't built for me. It was never about me. I don't have any type of basketball resume to speak of, nothing noteworthy or whatever. So it was always about showing love and shedding light to other people, right? So I appreciated guys like Huff coming and joining the show, Locke, Bryce, because the podcast was created to show love to them. But then being able to do Voorhees Tiger Vision with Huff was like, one of the ultimate things, like to give somebody so deserving like Huff is a platform was a blessing to me, right? To be able to give Dave a platform, somebody that was so passionate about the game, and to have Dave really doing the grunt work when it comes to this, right? Like everybody wants to hear about the glitz and the glamour and the D1s and this and that. Dave is grinding it out, bringing on post-grad coaches, NAIA coaches, Division III coaches, JUCO coaches on the men's and the women's side, high academic coaches. We're talking about people who normally you would not have this type of access to know these types of details about their program. So to watch Dave do that week in, week out, 20 episodes in now, he's been doing this. It has been phenomenal to me, and it's been one of the most rewarding things ever. But then to see him take the next step and say, I'm going to step out and I'm going to launch another show. You know what I mean? Like, I see the formula, I see how it works. Boom, I'm going to run with it and I'm going to launch another show. So we now have the Prep South Post-Grad Conference. Their podcast will be hosted on the Love of the Game platform, but it will be executive produced, hosted, all run by David Jones. Like, and I feel that's just huge, man. That's huge. It's more than I ever could have thought about or asked for. It's such a big thing. So now when our kids go to post-grad, they won't feel like they disappeared or in this black hole where people aren't supporting them and nobody's talking about them the way that they were when they were in high school, because there will be a platform that's here for them talking about post-grad basketball in the Prep South. And Dave took it on himself to be able to make that happen. Shout out to Coach Graham from T-Lap, really trusting and believing in what we were doing and wanting to work with us. There's another announcement still left. So one more conference has decided to do business with Love of the Game, and I'm just grateful. I'm happy. It's been tough. It's a lot of hard work involved, but I'm appreciative that we're growing. So adding more shows to the platform, seeing Dave run and be able to do his own thing and be able to say, no, I'm going to produce this for myself. I got it. Is a beautiful thing, man. So he deserves a lot of credit for that. And I was just happy to be a part of it in some way. So that's what it is. Make sure, again, that you subscribe to the Love of the Game podcast on YouTube. Hit that like button a couple times on a couple episodes. Turn on your notifications so you will not miss an episode, either of Love of the Game on Tuesday, Voorhees Tiger Vision on Wednesday, Hoops Hidden Gems on Monday, and then in October, boom, you get fresh episodes of the Prep South Post-Grad Conference podcast. So that's our show. Peace, love. Hair grease, man. You guys have an excellent night. Enjoy your night. Love you guys. Good night.